I'm Ginger.
I'm Dee.
And this is Chattin with CHAP. We're back.
We told you we'd be back.
And here we are. Yay.
Episode 92.
92.
That's hard to believe.
I
think we said that last week, but it is hard to believe.
It is hard to believe.
Time has flown by.
It has.
Well, announcements this week. I was
Yeah.
trying to think because we didn't really talk that through too much. The biggest one I have is we have been doing webinars.
Yes.
If you have been on any of them, they have actually been
They've been really good.
Yeah, it's been phenomenal. I have so enjoyed being able to be the host of those and sit through those. And so we had a beginning homeschooling 2 weeks ago. Last week we had homeschooling teens with Deborah Bell. It was amazing. Tomorrow we are having a homeschooling your child with learning differences with Sarah Collins. And so that is tomorrow at 2 o'clock. So if you'd like to register for that, there's still time. I will drop a link in the comments. Here's what's really important. When you register for these webinars, it should immediately kick you a thank you email with your Zoom link. Yes. If that doesn't happen, reach out to me right away, because I had a couple people, they would reach out as it was starting, and I'm trying to send them the link quick, so you should receive that immediately.
Yeah.
And then next Thursday at 7, we're switching up the time, hoping to be able to reach some more people. We're going to do the beginning homeschooling with Christy Rucker again. So I'll drop actually both those links tomorrow and next Thursday in the comments. It's not too late to join us. They've been phenomenal. So, yeah.
Great. And we're looking to do the high school one in the evening too, and also the one that's going to happen tomorrow at 2. We're looking to do that at 7 also. I said 2, meaning also. But okay, we like to do the high school and the learning differences ones in the evening too, because I know there's been folks who really wanted to see it, but 2 o'clock didn't work for them, so we're going to do that. Yeah. So just so you know, so if you don't have your link, check your spam box.
Yep. Or email me. Reach out to me.
Yeah.
My email address is right on the event page. So email
so it's
me.
tricky because Dee's introducing the thing. It's hard for her to send links while she's introducing it.
Yeah.
Just so you know. But anyway, so it's exciting that's been going on.
It's been going really well.
It's great.
Sometimes life's giving us lemons. We have to make a little lemonade.
Yeah.
I would rather be in person.
Lemonade.
I'd rather be in person with all of you, but it's been fun.
It has been fun. Good. Awesome. Okay, so today we're going to talk a little bit about America, a little bit about civics and getting involved. Yeah. And what that means. And
it's a good time to talk about it because it is election year.
I'm sure none of you realize that at all. Oh my goodness.
Who knew? But being election year, though, what a great year to knock out your civics requirements.
Yeah, for sure. There's
seriously.
so many things you could do. I mean, outside of taking your kids to the polls, like I always tell you to do for your field trip, I mean, there's supporting your candidate of choice or your candidates of choice and getting involved with their, goodness, I can't even think what the word is, with what they're doing leading up to election. But also, if you didn't want to do like a course in civics, like a book, a textbook and stuff, but you wanted to do more than just a little bit of volunteering and going to the polls, you can actually have the kids like research the candidates or watch some debates or go see what their records are if they're already in office and they're being reelected. Go research the person and see what they've done. And in that way, it's like a little bit of a researchy kind of a thing and getting to know the folks.
So I think the key is you don't have to have a curriculum to do civics. And when it's an election year, it makes it even easier for you.
Yeah. And you know what? My friend is teaching a logic class this year, and one of the things she does in her logic class is she teaches the kids to see fallacies in advertising and stuff like that. And let me tell you, this is a great year to look for fallacies in advertising and any of those types of things. It's everywhere, fallacies in logic and the way that you think. So
and it's just super important to teach your children that they need to fulfill their duty as an American citizen. Abraham Lincoln at Gettysburg says, "Of the people, by the people, for the people."
That's our government. It's us.
Yep.
It's us. And I know there's people in the government and they're like doing all the laws and stuff like that, but we put them there. So we as citizens are supposed to be active and involved. Our government was designed for us to be a people that knows what's going on, not an ignorant people that's like, oh, they'll take care of me and I'm not going to worry about it and I don't want to think about it, don't tell me. No, you got to know what's going on. You got to know your people who are in there. You got to know what bills they're working on. Be contacting them down there. And
I mean, it's a privilege to be able to vote.
Yes.
And not only is it a privilege to vote,
Yes.
but those who we elect make those laws. And
They do.
especially for us, how much does this affect us with homeschooling and all the different
yeah.
things
If they're
that
not
try to
homeschool
get,
friendly.
Yeah, and things that try to get
Doesn't go well.
passed. And yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we choose the people that are being elected. We choose them, and so it's important that we are educated and that we make good choices.
So
and we teach our children to do that.
exactly. So not only are they making laws that we have to live under, but they're making choices for the school district. And we may be homeschoolers and our kids aren't in the school district. However, we live in communities and the people who are going to those schools are going to live in our communities with us.
Right.
And so what they learn in those schools is going to affect our families as we're living in our communities. So Heidi St. John once even said, she had someone on her show and they were like, get involved in the school board. And I was like, what? Like that never even occurred to me as something I should, consider or go to those meetings or anything like that. I'm homeschool, is it?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's
But
just
yeah.
super important that we stay involved. I mean, you can volunteer and you could run for office. I mean, like you said,
Yeah.
in the school board and
Yeah.
office, and it's important. Yeah, yeah. We also learn American history.
yes, American history. Okay, so if we don't know our history, we're doomed to do it again. And with American history, it's really important to teach true American history because right now, American history is being morphed into something that it's not. And people are being told that America is something that it isn't.
That's right.
And when you go to look at history, it doesn't have to be boring dates. It doesn't have to be boring textbooks. It doesn't have to be irrelevant stuff. I mean, you can study and see how God made this country exist through the revolution. I mean, he was right in there because, even the weather was helping us fight. So study the people, get to know what the people were like who founded our country. It's very interesting. There's lots of historical novels and stuff
Not
out
just
there.
memorizing dates. Or,
It isn't. And if you don't know how our country was founded, you don't know how it was supposed to function. And I just don't know that we're functioning really the way we're supposed to function. But when you go looking for stuff, if you're looking for books, curriculum, whatever, I encourage you to look for something that's older, like maybe even pre-1900, because things really started to change in the 1900s. History was kind of like morphed and rewritten, and things were changed from what the natural and the original intention was. So I encourage you to go and check out true American history and see what America, like I use a book called America's Providential History. It just talks about how God was so involved with the people sought God and how God was influencing the lives of the people who were creating this amazing new country. And it's just so important, and it's getting lost.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. Some other good resources would be Liberty Kids.
Yeah, those are
My
good.
kids love Liberty
I
Kids.
know, my kids watch them all the time.
Odyssey, American Revolution
Revolution,
set.
yeah,
My
yeah.
little tongue tied. Wall Builders, David Barton.
Yeah, and the Patriot Academy, which is Rick Green. Rick Green was gonna be at
was
convention
gonna
this
be at
past year.
convention.
He does a lot with the Constitution, and he says you should know your rights. So I will confess to you right now, I know some, but I'm not really well versed on all my rights as a U.S. citizen. And out there, folks, we need to know. We need to learn. Have your kids study it and study it with them. If you don't know, learn right along with them. Learn what your rights are and defend them.
Yep.
And say something when they're being violated.
Another good resource is Pennsylvania Family Institute. They have
yeah.
the City on the Hill. It's a camp in July, which
Yeah.
this year didn't happen.
They didn't have it.
but-
They did do a one-day seminar,
Yeah.
and it's all about learning how to be a legislator in Pennsylvania. But it's learning how to be a Christian legislator in Pennsylvania and how to bring your biblical world values into that role
Yeah.
in government.
Yeah. So you heard a really good Heidi St. John episode, I know, that had a lot of
did.
great information.
It was amazing. Episode 960, if you want to listen to it, it was with a man who's a Green Beret, and he has a book that's coming out called Blaze of Light, The Inspiring True Story of a Green Beret Medic. And he had so many amazing things to happen, but I made notes here just because he made so many things that I think is really important for us to think of in our day-to-day lives. So one of the things he said is, remember the sacrifice that others made to preserve your freedom.
That's right.
Okay, so we're not free because we just decided to be free one day. There's a lot of people who died to make us free.
And living for others and denying yourself is God's plan.
Yeah, so it's, denying yourself, denying what you want to do, making that ultimate sacrifice, maybe not the ultimate sacrifice, but a sacrifice for other people. It's living for other people.
Yeah.
And that's what makes America amazing, because volunteering, that's living for other people. Thinking about other people's needs, that's living for other people. So that is...
And there are things that are not being taught.
They're not being taught.
Not
This is
being
the fabric of America, helping each other, no matter who the other person is. You're helping them, you're supporting them. And this is actually, and people might not realize this is unique to America. This doesn't happen in other places. Like the way we volunteer. We have groups. Did you ever host the Chinese students?
I have not.
Okay, so we have a friend who brings in Chinese students, and they stay for 2 weeks, and they go take classes, and they visit the Amish, and then they go shopping because they love to go shopping. Well, they had a class on volunteering.
Wow.
Because apparently volunteering is an American thing.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Like so we just live a lifestyle of, originally we lived a lifestyle of self-denial and sacrifice for others. And I think that's diminishing. I think we're expecting people to take care of us more. We're expecting to have an easy life. We're, look out for yourself, look out for number one. And that's sacrificing for others is not something that's being taught in general, right?
I think something else important that he pointed out is forgetting our past is not helping us to get better. Like just forgetting the past doesn't help get better.
So you have to work through the past, and if there's something that went wrong, repent of it and learn and move forward. But tearing down the statues so no one has to think about that ever again is not going to help us be a better people. Why are they there? What came about from this? What good came of it? What's bad? What do we need to fix? We actually need to face the hard stuff. And forgetting it doesn't make it happen.
He pointed out that kids without a sense of hope need to learn to die to self and live for others, because that's how we really live. So teaching children that, and there's a difference between surviving with no feeling and living.
Yeah, so when you're just surviving, which how many of you have felt like you're just surviving right now? I mean, for a long while. It just kind of feels like that. And that the feeling of life just, like there's no feeling in your life when you're just surviving. But when you're living, sacrificing for others, helping others, that their life comes back into you. You have purpose.
That's right.
You have purpose.
That's right. So it was an excellent episode. It was Heidi St. John, episode 960. If you want to listen to that.
Yes.
But just remember, do your duty as an American citizen. Get out there. Be involved. Be a light. Be involved. Teach your children.
Teach your kids American history. They have got to know the truth.
Yep.
And I can't say it. You've got to be out there. If you know people who don't vote, encourage them to vote, encourage them to get out there and register. I can get my 18-year-old registered. We need to, everybody needs to be doing it. Everybody. It is your American duty as a citizen to take part in this.
That's right. Well, we will be back with you again next week. But this has been
Chattin' with
CHAP. See you next week.